Hey, welcome everyone. I'm Bruce Moore and you're watching Brutally Delicious, the only show on the planet that combines the love of great food with the love of all things heavy. Today we're going to join David DeFeis of Virgin Steele, a band that has been cranking out epic music since the 1980s, 1981 to be exact. Matter of fact, I can remember seeing them as early as 1983, tearing it up. And they're still making great music, and they're about to release a new record here in the next couple weeks. Before we get started, we're going to need some ingredients, so let's see what they are. Alright my friends, so now I invite you to kick back, relax, put your feet up, maybe crack the top on your favorite cold one, and let's join David at the stove. And always remember, my friends, keep it metal.
So, as I may have said earlier, I don't remember, libations. One must always be libating, if that's a word, I'm not quite sure. But libations, drinking, goes with cooking. Cooking is a lot like, for me, like composing. A little of this, a little of that. We start here, we have an adventure, we wind up there, we come back to where we were supposed to originally be, or maybe not, we end up somewhere completely different. What we are making today is Rigatoni of the Fearless! As in Kingdom of the Fearless from the House of Atreus. And what we have is a combination of vegetables. We have broccoli, we have a red pepper, we have a jalapeno pepper, we have a green pepper, we have tomatoes, we have onion, we have garlic, and we're sauteing hot sausages and chicken in olive oil, of course, but also with absinthe and Cointreau in as well, and a white wine. So I'm going to be blending all those ingredients, and that will be served over the rigatoni. You can do this with Parmesan at the end. It's not going to be a red sauce. It's white because of the white wine and such. So we can do it with a Parmesan, or you can also substitute goat cheese for those of you who like that sort of thing. I'll try to do now and again. And I will now begin by chopping up the various vegetables and putting them in the pan. The cat that sits next to me now and again, this is her spot. One must beware of cat hair at all times, but the more cat hair in the food, the more robust the result will be. Hell, libations. We will begin with the jalapeno pepper. Slicing it in sort of like a ancient wheel type fashion. Why is it called Rigatoni of the Fearless? It's because it's going to be very hot at the end of the day. We're going to have this very, very spicy hot sausage. You could do it with for you vegetarian people, you could do it with a very nice tofu type sausage, but I have not been able to find that anywhere anymore. So today we will be preparing with an actual spicy Italian sausage. After the green comes the red, so we shall now cut up the red. Once again, thick, abundant slices, which we will then make smaller. Getting back to Kingdom of the Fearless, well, Rigatoni of the Fearless, named after the song Kingdom of the Fearless from the House of Atreus, Act 1, or some say House of Atreus, or Atreus. We on Long Island say Atreus. Those of you who know that record, has a lot to do with what happened after the Trojan War, when Agamemnon came home and was murdered in the bath by his wife He's also, she murdered his concubine, Cassandra. Bird and Steele Kingdom. We like wine, we like cheese, we like tomatoes. This dish was created one night when I was doing something with rigatoni that was slightly, it was a variation of this. It was more of a red sauce, and I realized that I didn't have enough red sauce. So I switched over to white wine and got that into the act, poured that in, and said, okay, we'll skip the red part of it and go with the white. Key ingredient also is the onion. This happens to be a Spanish onion. And the Spanish onion flavors it. It doesn't impose. It makes itself known, but it doesn't impose. It works well with the other vegetables. Plays nicely with the broccoli and the peppers and such. And you know that there's an onion involved, but it's not obtrusive. It says, I'm an onion, but I'm very simpatico with the rest of you vegetable folk.
Alright.
I'm cutting, I put the sausage in here, as you can see. I like to cook it uncut, and I do cut up the chicken, of course, and cube that in a kind of a big chunky fashion, like it's a medieval. Now that we have everything together, all the vegetables together, we add a touch of olive oil, the extra virgin olive oil, very good for you. Actually, you can even bathe in it. It's very good for your skin. This, I'm not kidding. Very, very good for your olive oil. Next, black pepper. Grinding the black pepper to taste, of course. We know it. Some people don't like black pepper. Some people like a lot of it. I like a lot of it. And get that going on. Then, yes, I put onion, but and garlic, but a little onion powder and garlic powder as well. I like to put in there, not a whole hell of a lot, but you know, a good toss like that. Where's the onion? Here we go. Next, I go with a lemon pepper, because this is like a white-ish dish with the white wine. And then I go oregano, dash of oregano, dash of basil. Basil is absolutely fantastic for everything. Basil is just, you know, you can't go wrong with basil. So like the black pepper, you can excel on the bacon, you know, on the side of overkill. It works. We have that, and we're going to put a dash of white wine in there as well. Okay, so we start there, and then we're going to bring that over to the stove and get that fired up, and then I will prepare the meats. Cheerio. Alright, step 608, seasoning of the meat. We cut the meat up, we put it in here. I'm going to put not a lot, just because we don't really need it. And the meat has its own natural juices, but for the sausage, a little olive oil drizzled is kind of nice. Then I will put have all seasonings already and such, peppers, sausages, but I like the black pepper, and the chicken of course doesn't have any of that, so you want to get that in the act. The more the merrier in my book. And we're going to go with a little bit of the garlic powder, even though I have garlic cooking away on the other vegetable area. Never have too much garlic, as they say. And a little onion powder. And once again, basil. And in addition to all that, I know peppers. There we go. So we're about ready to now fire this whole insanity up on the stove. Things are simmering a little nicely. We want to keep everything moist and juicy, so we will medicate it now and again with the white wine. And as the sausage gets a bit more done, I like to pierce it with a knife so that the fat and such drains out, and then I blot the sausage later on. When I take it out, I'll blot it so it's not all fatty and oily. At the same time as we do this, we start boiling the water for what I call rigatoni of the fearless, except I realized that in my larder, in my cabinets and such, I actually don't have rigatoni today. What I have is penne. So this will be Penne of the Fearless. Alright, which is a bit smaller, maybe for some people a bit more manageable. Rigatoni is big and fat and has a lot of robustness to it. So this will actually be Penne of the Fearless. No, I do not put salt in the pot. I don't believe in that. Just the water, just that. Food has enough salt in it, I believe. So that will be cooking shortly, and al dente, as we say in Italian. It's firm but pliable. It's not going to break your teeth, but it's not going to be like melting in your mouth like yogurt. You don't want that. All right, now I put the chicken back into the vegetables, and it's going to do its dance with them and take on its flavors and its characteristics, and they will take on it, and they will cross-pollinate and kind of make love to each other in a loving fashion. I like to give them like a stabbing effect at this point, like Clytemnestra, English libation. Clytemnestra with Agamemnon in the bath. That's it. Making sure the juices run. Getting all the fat out, so we don't need that inside ourselves. We just want the taste. We don't want the excess baggage and clogging of any arteries from anyone. Now we're blotting the sausage in a very nice blotting fashion to get rid of any excess fat and such that might be on the sausage. It's already soaked up all that it needs to soak up. It's already given off all its various juices. Alright, so now we've taken the pasta, we put it in the plate. We're going to grab a healthy dose of this, dosey-dose, put that on there. We'll spear, you can cut the sausage to your own. Of course you're going to cut it up and do your thing with it. And then we'll garnish it with the following. This is why it's, again, of the Fearless, because we put the hot red crushed red pepper on there. And then we add either this goat cheese, or we add the Parmesan cheese, or we can add both. I'm going to add both right now. For those of you who like both, there we go. This will be my plate. I will take full responsibility for my eatings. And this one actually is quite nice. We go like this, and it melts nicely on the hot part of it. And then we eat it. Alright, so I have to say, it's been a pleasure to do this show. I've been happy to show you some of my insanity with cooking. And we'll see you all again next time when we make What are we gonna make next time? We're gonna probably make, I think we'll make pasta Vesuvius next time. Pasta Vesuvius. Alright. Till next time, it's been a pleasure. Cheers.